Hello, you're welcome to today's podcast. How are you doing over there? How is everything coming with you? Hope you're having a lovely afternoon wherever you are right now, because I'm also having a good time here. I told us that today we are going to be seeing this topic, and we are going to be continuing from where we stopped yesterday, and today we are going to be seeing the episode 4 that deals with emotional intelligence in undefined relationship. I think this is the cover of it for today. So we are going to be talking about 7 tips to emotional intelligence in an undefined relationship. In this coverage today, we're going to be understanding the emotional dynamics of undefined relationship. We are also going to be exploring attachment styles and how they influence undefined relationship. As an emotion coach, I think that you really need this talk today. It's really going to help you, especially if you find yourself in such an entanglement or such a kind of a relationship. I think I have better faces of how you can really adapt or engage emotional intelligence, because it is very, very key in an undefined relationship. All right, so we are also going to be seeing lastly the strategies for building emotional intelligence in the context of an undefined relationship. So when we are talking about this emotional intelligence, what is emotion really all about? Emotion is a thing that teaches us naturally how to react to things. And I know we have this basic classes of emotion according to Paul Ekman. And now emotion, when we ask people emotion, we know we have something like sadness, we have fear, we have anger, we have happiness, we have surprise, and we have more like that, one other one like that. All right, so emotion is something that is, I think, is inbuilt in us, that really helps us to react to different things in life. And it is very, very important because it is here to stay. It's in everyone. All right, so it has come to stay, and it's for our good. So definitely we should not be whenever we are faced with a particular emotion, we try to suppress it. Suppressing of emotion does not really make you a good manager of your own emotion, does not make you someone that is sound emotionally. I think it's better we know that these emotions are there for a reason. They are built for a reason, and that reason is for our own good. So today we are going to be seeing how we can practice emotional intelligence, how we can imbibe it into an undefined relationship to get a positive headway for us. Because yesterday I talked about on the episode 3 of this podcast, I talked about communication in an undefined relationship, how to clearly communicate in an undefined relationship, and the tag there was communication is really stuffy in there in an undefined relationship. So if you really want to know more about that, I'll be liking you to go back to scroll and check for the episode 2 of this series we started like 4 days back on undefined relationship. And the reason why we are talking about this undefined relationship is because it is trending in the dating and a relationship lifestyle, and many people see themselves entangled in it, and even a lot of category of persons, and they don't know how to maneuver themselves in it. They get messed up in it. they get emotionally battered, and some live their life, all their life, in an undefined way that doesn't take them directly to the future. If you are a person listening to this podcast right now, in this particular podcast and this series we started, is very, very important for the classes of parents. It's also important for couples, and it's also important for singles and teenagers out there. This is a very, very broad topic, and a broad talk that is quite insightful. You need it for your life, especially when you're maneuvering in relationships, and there's a lot for you to learn about. It's an interesting series, and I think there's a lot of things that you have to take with you in this topic today. So I thank you for returning, all my returning listeners. I really appreciate you, and I'll be asking you for a favor. Please, if you have been, there's a reason you have continued clicking back and listening to this podcast, I want you to do me a favor. Please try to share this podcast to a lot of people out there, to your contacts, to your friends on your Facebook page. Tell them something you've learned from it. Don't be shy. All right, there is something I normally do and I normally believe in, which is impact. I'm not really thinking about money. There are people who are faced with, they are driven by making money. It's not bad, but there are also persons who are driven with impactation, and that is one of my legacy here. I love to impact. It's my joy to impact. All right, this is free classes, and there are people who really go out there to meet some therapists, meet a certified emotion coach to really explain some things to them, and they pay good money for it, and you are getting this on a platter of free. So many other persons may be really wanting to see such a thing like this, and really key to it and thank you later. Please try to share. There's nothing there. Just click on the share button and share to your contacts, like 10 of your contacts. It's enough. And if another person who listens to it also find it quite insightful, can also share to 10 of it contact. Before you know what is happening, it is revolving around everywhere, and everybody are listening to it, and everybody is being impacted, and you are happy because you are actually impacting from the comfort of where you are, stressed without stress. All right, so please do that for me. Thank you. And you can also share it on Facebook and mentioning Mom Ziba or tagging Mom Ziba. When I see that, I promise that in my next episode I'm going to mention your name to thank you in a very, very big way. How about that? Let's have this deal. Thank you so much for joining me today. And also, if you are a new listener and you're just tuning in, you're very, very welcome. I'll advise you listen to the trailer. You'll learn more about these podcasts. Briefly, I'm going to be telling you it's more about relationship issue, experiential issue, because Mom Siba is a certified emotion and relationship coach. So I have been in this field for over 6 years and practicing till now. And I've been talking to a lot of people, and it has been yielding results. I have counseling sections on my page, momsiba.com, on my landing page. There's a section for booking. If you want one-on-one counseling, I can also have that section with you. Thank you so much for joining me on this podcast. We also talk about health and fitness, a bit of social media classes on how you can grow your business online. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have to go back to the deal of today. I promise I'm not going to be taking much of your time. Once more, I'm wishing you a happy Easter celebration, and also to our Muslim brothers and sisters, happy Salah ahead. All right, and happy fasting also. All right, so thank you for joining me today. All right, let's start by dissecting the emotional dynamics of this undefined kind of a relationship. Now, you have to picture this in your mind. You are caught in between friendship and something more. There is a blend of affection, uncertainty, and perhaps a dash of fear. It's a very delicate dance where emotion flows without clear boundaries. Now, what happens next? Attachment styles play a very, very pivotal role in this place. It helps us navigate in the murky waters. Now, are you anxiously attached, craving closeness, but you are afraid of rejection? Or in this instance, you are avoidantly attached, preferring autonomy over intimacy. Recognizing all these kind of patterns can shed light on why you behave the way you do in an undefined relationship. All right. So I'm going to be giving you key strategies that is going to help you in this murky waters undefined relationship. As an emotional coach, we are going to be involving emotions here because we don't want our emotions to be battered. We want to protect our emotions because emotions really build a man. All right. And we are really affected by our emotions. Emotions make you respond to fear. Emotions make you respond to anger. Emotion make you respond to surprises. Emotion makes you respond when you're happy. Emotion makes you respond when you're sad. And emotion makes you respond when you're disgusted. So these are the 6 basic classes of emotions. All right. So how we we respond in our daily lives. And now, the first one I'm going to be giving you, I told you we are going to be talking about 5 major tips of emotional intelligence in an undefined relationship. So how do we start? Number 1, I'm going to be talking about self-awareness. Take some time to understand your emotions, your desires, and your boundaries. Reflect on what you want from the relationship and how you feel about uncertainties. When you are aware, when you are self-aware, it helps you to navigate complexities. It helps you to navigate problems with clarity and confidence. All right, you are not swallowed by the complexities in your relationship in that kind of a water, but because you are aware. First and foremost, I used to tell us whenever we find ourselves in such a relationship, it is very, very important that we ask our partner in the sense of communication, what are we and what are we doing? All right, that is the first way to navigate communication and to get a clear head in these waters. Now, number 2 is mindfulness. Now, I want you to stay present in the moment to your feelings without judgment. Mindfulness will help you observe your emotions without getting swept away by them. Now, it can also help you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively to uncertainties of the relationship. There are many people who react according to impulse. There are many people who react according to the feelings, what happens in their relationship. You react based on anger. So as a person who is emotionally stable, it is very, very important that you are able to manage your emotions, all right, to gain a favor for you in the relationship. Now, imagine you are responding in an impulsive way, in a harsh way, in an attacking manner, in a screaming manner, it can spoil a lot of things in the relationship. Now, it gets the partner to look at you as someone who is somehow desperate. It depends on how you show your vulnerability, maybe because you feel that you are being used in the relationship, and now it can prompt you to start crying. It can prompt you to start yelling on top of your voice, and just because you want to make a point. And it might be an edge to people in that relationship who don't really want to see a headway. They hide under the confine of undefined relationship because they don't want to be committed. There are persons like that, and these are the shades of kind of people who find themselves always in an undefined relationship. So they always want to pick forth. Now, when you do this, it's going to help them to hold you at the edge that you are wrong and you don't deserve to be heard. And then they can play a gaslighting kind of a game and push the blames on you and walk out on you after using that person. So it's not very, very important that you react according to impulse during your communication when you want to be heard. There's something about whisper. You see, the way I said it, whisper, made you to, want to hear what I said. So there's something about reacting a bit calmly, but you are passing a point. Now, number 3 is also communication. We cannot stop talking about these points, communication, because communication is the bedrock of any relationship. When communication is being denied in a relationship, then we don't have an understanding. Then we don't know what is going on in the other person's mind. Then we don't have a relationship. Now, to this, open and honest communications are very, very key in a relationship, we know, especially in an undefined kind of a setting. Express your thoughts, express your feelings, express your expectations openly. Let nothing be hidden under the carpet, and encourage your partner to do same. How do you encourage your partner to do same? You start with being an example, okay, and he or she follows suit. You start by setting the boundaries that for this relationship, I want us to be opened. Okay. Now, clear communication fosters understanding. You must remember and help you to navigate gray areas with more clarity. Also, we have another point for empathy. Practice empathy by trying to understand your partner's emotions, your partner's perspective. Now, emotions are most time loud voices that were never verbal. All right. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. You must try to understand what your partner is saying to you through his emotions, through her emotions. Most times, why I said emotions are beautiful things and they are here to help us in life is because they really speak louder than our voices. All right? They speak louder than our voices. Many people don't really take the time to understand people's emotions. Okay, so whenever you are in this kind of a relationship, emotion can really give away the opposite of what a person is saying. You can ask me when I'm angry, are you okay? I can verbally answer you that I am fine. But my emotions, physiologically, can really give it out to you that I am totally not fine and I'm on fire against you. Okay, now learn more to connect with your partner emotionally. Try to understand your partner's perspectives and emotions. Try to put yourself in the shoes of your partner most times. By empathizing with each other's experiences, you can experience deeper connections and navigate the undefined nature of the relationship more harmoniously. The fifth one, set clear boundaries. Try to establish and raise boundaries that are clear, even in undefined relationship. Yes, you can. Why are we doing this? Because we want to gain our sanity even while in the relationship. We want to still gain ourselves even while in the relationship. We don't want the relationship to swaddle us up. Alright? Okay. Because being in this kind of a relationship is really, really difficult. Understand what you are very, very okay with and what crosses the line for you. Respect your own boundaries and honor that of your partners. The sixth one, emotional regulation. Learn to manage your emotion effectively, especially in the moment of uncertainties, in the moment of ambiguousness, in the moment of confusion, in the moment of stress. Try to take a pause and try to be in control of your emotions. Practice techniques such as taking a deep breath. Practice techniques such as going to the fridge or refrigerator, take a cool water, and calm your nerves. You can distract yourself with distractors. You can decide to clean up the house, vent your anger. If you are angry emotionally, on the ground, strip the ground, clean the house, wash the dishes, clean up your clothes. And you see, before you finish doing that, you will be distracted and you are trying to regulate your emotions. Now, your emotions, they're supposed to be channeled to your partner and they're supposed to raise a fire in the house. It's now channeled to something else that is positive and gainful. Now, that will help you bring you down. Then, while your partner gets back to you and you want to communicate back with him or her, it's now on a neutral and an understanding format. Lastly, I'm going to be talking about the flexibility. Embrace what I call flexibility and adaptability in facing uncertainty in this kind of a relationship. You must be flexible because new things are coming up. Now, understand that in undefined relationship, it changes over time. And it's okay for feelings and dynamics to shift. Very, very okay. Stay open to change. That makes you in charge. That makes you emotionally stable. You are open to change. You are not closing change by the side, but you are facing change head on. Whatever is being brought to you, you are open to receive it, knowing afterwards it wasn't a defined relationship. And be willing to adjust your expectations and approaches as the relationship unfolds. By incorporating these tips into your approach in an undefined relationship, actually, I believe that you can cultivate greater Emotional intelligence. Enhance your communication and foster deep connections between you and your partner in the midst of confusion, in the midst of uncertainty, in the midst of ambiguity. I hope you found this quite insightful. Thank you for joining me today. For sponsorship, you can send me emails on Momziba, and Momziba is MUMZIBAHH@gmail.com. So you can book for sponsorship deals with me, and I'll be very, very obliged to attend to you ASAP. If you enjoyed this episode, please drop your review. Other people can learn from you. What's your take on this? How do you think in your own way that there are other tips that can help you to maneuver in an undefined relationship in an emotional intelligent way? So you can drop that for me. And lastly, I want you to drop for me, because this episode will be running up in some days' time. I promised us that it's 7 episodes. I prepared a 7-slide episode for this, and we are still going to have 3 more days to go. So, whatever other topic you feel that I should talk about, I am very, very open to it. Please drop it in the Q&A session or via voice messages. I will be very, very obliged to talk about this in relationship with what I do in this podcast. Thank you so much. Till next time, stay strong. Bye now.